Welcome back to Pull for Initiative, the tabletop role-playing stream where the audience influences the story. I, of course, am your Dungeon Master, Ben, and/or Benjamin, as I'm known on the internet. And with me, I have Seth, otherwise known as Imby Banshee, who will be playing today as Least of Forest. Go ahead and say hi to everyone, Seth. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I think I accidentally remuted you.
Fuck you.
Anyway, you're not allowed to say hello.
Fantastic. You're fucking me right out the gate, huh?
I think everyone remembers how we left the last episode, so I don't know that we necessarily need to recap anything. So we're just going to immediately begin. Lise is inside of the captain's quarters of the Shifting Tempest, and you are leaned up against the door to the cabin, and you've been replaying what happened in your head over and over and over again, wondering what you could have done differently. And while you're thinking about that, you hear them at the other end of your ship. Merlin and Artemis are talking, laughing, as they usually do whenever they discuss adventures that they went on when they were younger. You are replaying that event over and over again when you destroyed a massive portion of Southern Azure with fire. And you've been blaming yourself this entire time. You've been quarantined in your cabin since then, and eventually, after they've been laughing for about 10, 20 minutes, you hear them muttering something to each other, and you hear Merlin's chair approaching your door. And then you hear doo, 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 as he knocks on your door, and he asks, "Lise, are you in there?"
Go away, Merlin. It's not safe.
Well, all right. Who are you and what have you done with Lise? Since when have you ever cared about what's safe?
How about since I burned down an entire city of innocent people against my will?
Come now. It wasn't an entire city, Lise. Just a few busy intersections.
Ha ha.
I see. This has really gotten to you then.
You're not stupid, Merlin. You know what happened, and you know it could happen again. Cassandra vetoed my idea of marooning myself in the Scorched Wastes, so this is all I can do.
He stays quiet for a while after you say that, and you kind of get the feeling that you've shut him down, and then he speaks up and says, "It probably won't happen again."
What, happen again? What the fuck are you talking about? It absolutely could happen again. Did you hit your head on the way down here? Or are you finally going senile in your old age?
There she is. And he chuckles a bit.
What do you want, Merlin?
And he says, "Well, it's been almost a week now since I've had some good banter, and, well, you know Oliver isn't quite as good at banter as you."
Of course. But, well, Oliver couldn't be mean if you held a flintlock to their head. If you want to argue with someone, why don't you go tell my father you can build a bigger sandcastle than him? You'll have good banter for weeks.
And he chuckles a little bit under his breath and says, "Well, it's The banter's no fun if you're objectively right.
Yes, I guess everything's easy when you have magic. Except for when you can't control it and it turns against you.
He is again quiet for a while. You get the feeling that he's maybe thinking on the other side of the door. And he says, Lise, do you remember our first meeting that I orchestrated in the park?
Orchestrated? Oh, yeah, with the tea that super wasn't poison. I remember. What about it?
He chuckles and says, oh, don't worry about that. I slipped you the antidote once I determined you were friendly.
Well, I suppose that's on me for accepting tea from a strange man in the park.
He laughs again, then he says, anyway, did you ever wonder why you just happened upon Ruby Maine's court wizard in the park? Or why I was so determined to trap you in that conversation? I mean, I made it very awkward, Lise.
I suppose I did think it was weird, but at the time I also thought you were a sad, lonely old man who just wanted someone to talk to, so... Why? What was your reason?
He says, well, that was only half the reason. The real reason is because I was scared of you. I've studied magic my entire life, Lise, to the point that I can practically feel when powerful magic is near me. Lise, the day you entered Heaven's Cradle, I sensed you. And I sensed in you a kind of powerful magic that I've only ever sensed in one other person. So I followed you.
Wow. Didn't know you were also a stalker.
He laughs and says, well, I guess that just means I was your first fan, Lise. But to the point, do you know what I found when we talked?
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
I found that this terrifyingly powerful woman was being cautious of me, a simple old man in the park.
Okay, you were much more than a simple old man in the park, and we both know that. But, I was going through a lot, okay? I'm still going through a lot, honestly. I started going through it a long time ago, and it has not really ended yet.
He says, I know. And it likely won't end for a long time. And yet, you've always taken it in stride. How is that?
Thinks about it for a little while. Do you want an honest answer?
Says, yes, I'm sure you can provide me plenty of sarcasm to make up for it later.
I take it in stride because if I don't, it will eat me alive. I don't have the pleasure of processing the things that happen to me because there's always something immediately more important to focus on. I have to put on a brave face and move on, because if I trip up, if I look back for even one second, I will never move forward again.
He is quiet for a while and then he says, I suppose that makes sense, but, well, if fear of failure was all that drove you, I fear you would have been eaten alive day one. I think there's more to it, Lise.
Then why don't you tell me what it is? In your infinite wisdom, you so clearly know everything.
He chuckles and he says, well, not everything, just most things. I think you desperately want a better, kinder world, Lise. You've seen a lot of injustice from day one of your journey. Yet, know that your family, by blood, hides in the mists, trying to ignore it all. I think you're driven by the fear of failure, yes, and if you stop, you may become petrified, yes, but more importantly, you're also driven by your determination. Or perhaps it's stubbornness. That you will see a better world.
I suppose that's true. I live, despite what those who once claimed to love me wish. Sometimes I think the only thing keeping me going is spite. They want me to die, and so I cannot. I will not. Not when I can do something meaningful.
He says, the determination I see in your eyes, when you've your mind set on something, it's simultaneously frightening, but also inspiring. It reminds me a lot of another very powerful woman I knew. A woman that did many incredible and yet terrible things. But do you know what makes you and her different?
I'm young and spry, and she's, old as dicks.
He laughs again and says, watch it, young lady, I'm also old as dicks.
Yeah, but you're old and spry. You can really move around in that thing. I've seen you go up the stairs.
Says, what actually sets you two apart is the second half of that motivation. Your fear. The fear of failure. You're afraid of doing the wrong thing. You're afraid that you don't know best. You're afraid of hurting others. You know, the greatest heroes and villains often share a desire to see a better world. The main thing that sets them apart is humility. You may do an incredible job hiding it, and I mean an incredible job hiding it, but you have that humility, Lise.
I see what you mean. And although I appreciate it, I don't see what that has to do with my current situation.
Says, you want me to be honest? All right. Will you lose control again? Maybe. I have no way of knowing. Will you hurt others when it happens again? Well, if it's anything like last time, likely so. But you know what isn't likely, but certain? What's certain is there's a woman out there wielding incredible power already, and she is determined to hurt others with it. And I've only ever felt power that could rival hers in one other person.
Well, you should probably go find them then.
There's a long pause here. where you feel like Merlin wants to joke along with you. He wants to respond to that. But he instead just says, Amaris needs you, Lise.
Amaris can get in line. I just don't want to hurt anyone who doesn't deserve it. I generally understand that I am powerful, but it's a whole different game when you can't control it. I don't want to feel like that again.
He says, you know that if things go wrong again, you'll have your friends to help you. They want to help you. Would you take that away from them?
If it keeps me from hurting them in the process? Yes.
You kind of hear his sarcastic tone of voice return as he says, I suppose preventing another disaster like that does seem impossible. I just never thought I'd see the great sea banshee turn down an impossible task.
Don't try to goad me, Merlin. I'm not in the mood for it. My pride is worth nothing if my family is dead. I fight for them to protect them, not for them to be casualties.
Another long pause before he responds, well, I suppose I can't speak for everyone, but I know personally I'd rather be a casualty of a loved one's genuine error than a casualty of a villain's malicious intent. And he waits for a long while to hear if you'll respond. But when you don't, he says, but, all right. I understand. I won't pry any further. And you hear the wood creaking as his chair begins to roll away from the door. But then it stops. And you hear him call back. Just know that no matter what you decide, Lise, that I'm very, very proud of you, Lise. And he leaves. And you realize that you're not in this moment right now. You're having a sort of flashback. And when you come to, you realize your ears are ringing with shock. Your whole body is a little bit numb as you just watched one of your best friends taken from you in an instant. Merlin lies dead on the ground in this museum. You see Varric across the way after Sepulchre has left on her skeletal dragon. You see Varric do something that you've never seen anyone do before. His head violently jerks, twitches rapidly, and then his gaze refixes. And you notice that after that head twitching is done, there's a single tear rolling down his face. But still, he's grinning. And he says, "He had to die. He was standing in the way of a better world. We are all going to die if this doesn't go according to plan."
I don't think that she hears him.
Perhaps in this sort of like shocked, sort of muffled audio sort of perception that you have right now, you see Cassandra rush over to Merlin's body, and you hear her screaming, but you can't make out what it is. Tears are also rolling down her face.
I think that she kind of just stands there for a while, kind of staring in their direction, but not truly seeing anything. And she's sort of lost in this memory of that conversation with Merlin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she kind of silently stands there for a while.
Varric is still muttering things to himself, and you don't see it because you're facing Merlin, but his head is occasionally still twitching as he continues to mutter things to the effect of, it was necessary, what happened had to happen. He will be part of a better world. He'll be back. We'll bring him back in the better world. It'll be okay.
I think her hearing starts to come back in, like, slowly. And she's like, is like distantly hearing his like muttering, and it like just gets louder as her hearing comes back. And as he says, like, this was necessary, she turns around, deadly calm, taps very politely on the barrier. Let me out.
He doesn't respond immediately, and instead says, "No, you must stay. You have to stay, Lise. It's all part of the plan."
Let me out.
He is still twitching occasionally, and when he doesn't respond, you actually see Cassandra rush back to her original position. And I'm actually going to move Cassandra up in the initiative order as she screams out, "She said let her out!" and fires 2 shots at Varric. First hits. And, both hit, actually. Jeez Louise. Okay. 25 and a 28. He takes 15 points of damage from these 2 shots that hit him. But you notice that this barrier does not waver. This is not a concentration spell.
Can I make an insight or a perception check to see if I know how long it will last, or if there's something I can do from the inside to get out?
If you give me a Arcana check, I can tell you exactly what this spell is.
Can Helga give me?
If you succeed.
Can
I don't
Helga-
think Helga can give you help here, actually.
That's fair. Can Foxbud help?
I don't think Foxbud can either.
All right. Arcana 19.
Ooh, that's actually pretty good. What you are currently inside of is a force cage. It is a non-concentration spell, and the only way to leave will be with magic.
As in, I have to like dispel it, or
Yes.
do you think?
You know that you cannot leave by non-magical means. You can potentially teleport out, but it'll require a saving throw to do so.
Do I know what the saving throw would be?
Charisma.
I've got fucking that. My highest stat is charisma. Magic can't be seen.
But in the meantime, the next up in the order is Varric.
Okay.
Who he, I think, you know what, is just gonna go with a good old-fashioned, let's say, well, let's start simple. 4th level magic missile. Which I believe would be 3 D4 +1 each.
Can I be hit while I'm in this?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so.
He is casting them on Cassandra.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
She takes 11 points of force damage. Next up in the initiative order is you, Lise. And also Foxbud, if you want to let him out of your bag.
I'm gonna grab Helga, and I'm going to attempt to dimension door us out of here.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a charisma saving throw.
Uh, 16.
That's not going to do it.
Fuck.
Your attempt to teleport out fails. However, you do still consume that spell slot.
I let Foxbud out.
Okay. Foxbud is out.
What's the radius on Thunderstep?
I think it's like 10 or 20. Probably more like 10. Yeah, each creature within 10 feet. So he could run to the opposite corner.
We're gonna move. We're gonna move down here.
Okay.
And he's gonna attempt to Thunderstep, with me.
Okay. Foxbud needs to make a charisma saving throw.
He's got all right charisma. Nope, it's bad.
What did he get?
Like a 6.
Yeah, no. You both remain there, and in fact, now that you have not left, I think you're both affected by the Thunderstep.
No, it doesn't take effect unless we leave, because it's like the force of leaving, I think, is like the thunder spell.
But you cast it.
Yeah, but we didn't go anywhere, so I don't know that it would have gone off.
It did go off. The spell was cast.
Failed.
You were just forced back into your spot.
Okay.
Both of you need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Actually, I have all right Constitution save. 15 for Lise and 17 for Foxblood.
Okay. Give me 1 second. My macros are broken for some reason. You both take 7 damage instead. You take half damage.
Nice.
You still have your false life, so just some of that gets whittled off. All right, you're all still stuck in there. Next up is Helga, who is very confused, and she says, Lise, Merlin is okay?
No. Helga, he's dead.
Says, but why?
Because she killed him.
And Helga walks to the edge of the barrier and puts her hand on it, trying to push against it, and isn't really sure how to get out of here. And she looks at Varric and she says, why are you doing this? Why you kill your friend? Helga does not understand. And she needs to skip her turn. She doesn't have any magical abilities to exit unless you want her to do something else.
She'll ready an action for when we get out.
All right. I assume the action is beat up Varric.
She's gonna ready an action to grapple him.
Okay. And next up in the order is Quinn, actually. And you see Quinn, his gaze is fixed on Merlin's body. And he says, Why won't it end? And as if fighting against some incredible magic inside of himself, actually turns his bow against Varric and draws an arrow. But rolls with disadvantage because he is way too close. Fully misses. But that arrow clacks into the flagstones beneath Varric's feet. And Varric says, What are you doing, old boy? We're on the same side. And Quinn, through gritted teeth, struggling to speak, says, No. And with that, we are back to top of the order, Cassandra. And Cassandra screams again and says, I said, let them out! And fires twice more on Varric. Both of which hit. And she does 19 points of damage. Holy shit. Oh, it just messed up. There we go. Does 19 points of damage, and that is the end of her turn. Next up is Varric, who what does he do? Hang on. I think he says, all right, that's quite enough out of you. And Cassandra makes a charisma saving throw. Do you want to roll that?
Um, 24.
Oh, she succeeds. As he seems to be trying to cast that same spell he cast that last time in that cave. Next up in the initiative order is you, Lise.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get on Foxwood's back, and he's gonna try just his regular teleport.
Okay.
What's the DC?
Charisma.
Right. Well, no, but what's the DC?
Hang on. 18.
Shit. Mod 20.
All right. You manage to escape the this force cage. Where are you heading to?
So it's up to 40 feet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Well, wait. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So we can get here. With 40 feet, I believe. Foxbud is going to use his movement. I'm gonna say he comes here. Use the rest of his movement. He's gonna make his 3 bite attacks, one at a time, and Varric will have to succeed on strength saves.
Okay.
Or be knocked out. He gets advantage because I'm within 5 feet. That's a 23 to hit on the first one.
That'll do it. Does a 13 on strength?
No.
Save?
He's knocked prone.
All right.
So let me roll damage. 15 damage on the first one.
Okay.
Um, 25 to hit on the second one.
That'll do it.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't 15. It was 19 damage on the first one.
Okay.
He takes 13 damage on this one. That's another 25 to hit.
Okay. Wait, what was... So this is 3 attacks. So this second one did 13 damage, you said?
Yes.
Okay. Wish you would just total these up.
Then he takes 18 damage on the last one.
Varric is bloodied, and you actually notice that for a split second, his eyes turn green. But they return to their normal yellow.
So that's Foxbud's turn. Varric is still prone on the ground. Lise gets right up in his face. And I think she it's not his turn, so he can't move. Lisa's going to say, and he's on the ground. I'm gonna try not to cry. Lisa says, You look at him. You look at him and you tell me, you look me in my goddamn eyes and you tell me it was worth it. And you tell me it was worth it.
He looks at Merlin's body again. The grin's still on his face, but you see more tears escape his eyes. They flicker green again. But then you see something that you've not seen until now. You see black cracks forming around his eyes, similar to the ones you saw on Sepulchre.
She looks down at him from where he's on the floor. And I think she says, I think she's gonna look at him very, purposefully in his eyes. A lot of eye contact. And she says, a better man has died for you. He has traded his life for yours. And it is not worth it. You are not worth it. The man in front of me deserves nothing but my hatred. But he believed that the man inside deserved justice. And I will not dishonor his last wish. I should kill you. I should mount your head on a fucking pike and put it on the front of my ship for the world to see. I don't know what's wrong with you. I don't know what she's done to you, and I don't know how to fix it. But God damn it if I'm not gonna try. Because it's what he deserved. I'm gonna grab him by the throat and cast Identify.
Okay. You hear.
This is the Identify spell. Currently, this individual is afflicted by magic that I have never seen before, and I'm not entirely sure how to identify. However, what I can tell you is that there is another life form inside of him. It is not just Varric.
Another life form. Is there any description of this life form? Or...
Whatever it is, it's extremely parasitic in nature.
How to get rid of a parasite?
Having taken your action, I'll let you do one more thing. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
Mm-hmm. And in fact, I'll let you do it with advantage.
Oh, okay. I guess that's a little better. 18.
All right. His eyes are kind of like slowly becoming more green, and his head is violently twitching, and he's not going to be able to take his next turn. Helga is still inside this force cage. What does she do, if anything?
I mean, she can't get out, so again, she's just gonna ready in action.
I think she just remains inside that force cage, saying, Helga does not understand. Finally. Ooh, nice. You have Varric in your grasp right now, and you suddenly feel his body twitch as he takes 5 points of piercing damage as an arrow collides with his back.
How's Quinn still shooting at him?
And as that arrow collides with his back, you hear through strained breaths Quinn utter, "Wake up." And Varric is now mortally wounded, as we've decided in the past. When they are below 10% health, you will be notified of that. And suddenly you notice his eyes are slowly fading back to yellow. And you see that grin on his face melt away.
Before, I just want to ask, I've been touching him for a couple of seconds.
Yes, you, I guess, have his robes memorized.
Cool. Sorry, continue.
And suddenly, Varric doesn't seem quite so cocky. And his grin melts away, and he has a look of horror on his face as he stares at Merlin's body.
But his eyes are still yellow?
His eyes are green.
Oh, you said they were turning yellow again.
No, I said they were fading back to green.
You said yellow.
Oh, I meant green. Anyway.
Okay. It's important. It's important.
And you hear him say, "I failed."
You failed? You failed him, that's for sure.
And he originally on his like knees as you were holding his collar, he like kind of goes dead weight a little bit as he goes to sit down. Your hand still holding his his collar.
She doesn't let go. She kind of jostles him a little bit. What's wrong with you? How do I get it out?
He
Do you need a lobotomy?
He doesn't respond for a while. He's staring at Merlin's body, and then he turns and looks over his shoulder at Quinn. And you get the feeling that for the first time, he's seeing Quinn's true grisly corpse appearance.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, Quinn, I did this.
You think?
And he says, I thought I could stop her. I
How?
thought I could outsmart her.
But she got the best of you. Infected you.
He
What
says,
happened?
He looks up at you, grabs onto this sofa and like supports his weight slightly now, no longer dead weight, and he says, she showed me the end was near. Please. It's unavoidable. You don't understand. She cannot be killed.
There are worse things than death.
He says, would you like to hear the whole story?
Let's have a seat. I'll make some tea. I drop him into the fucking sofa.
He catches himself, and I think he's unable to move at first.
I point to the force cage. Let her out.
He waves his hand, and the force cage is immediately dispelled.
I look at Quinn and I say, one moment. I stop. I turn around and message Cassandra. Would you like to say anything to Quinn before I return him to his rest?
She doesn't respond, but instead approaches Quinn. I think first let's resolve these one at a time so we don't have like two conversations going simultaneously.
Yeah, I want to resolve the stuff with Quinn first.
Cassandra says, are you in there? And this shambling corpse of Quinn, you could swear for a split second, has the smallest of smiles as it reaches a hand up and places it on Cassandra's cheek. While this is happening, Varric stands up to look at Quinn. And Quinn, through a gasping breath, says, proud. And tears start falling down Cassandra's face as she hugs him. And Varric walks over to stand next to her. And she, after a long hug, releases Quinn and hands on his shoulder, steps back, looking at Varric, anger in her eyes for a moment before looking back at Quinn. And she says, I miss you. And Quinn nods, affirming that he misses her as well. And she steps back, and Varric stands in her place, and he looks at Quinn and says, I'm so sorry, old boy. And through one final gasping breath, Quinn says, Not your fault. And Varric, touching the arrow in his lower back, he says, well, I suppose you and I are even now. And he chuckles a little bit, and Quinn grins lightly. And he says, all right. One last time. I promise this one will stick. And Quinn reaches out his arms, and they hug as Varric drives a dagger into his chest. And just before he falls to the ground, dead again, Quinn smiles. Varric drops that dagger on the floor, hands shaking, and he says, it wasn't supposed to happen like this. It was never supposed to happen like this.
Well, in my experience, things rarely turn out how you hope.
And Cassandra steps aside. You get the feeling that she just needs a moment to herself.
Yeah.
Um,
I would like Helga to come over here because Varric might be fine now, but like,
mm-hmm.
the parasite's not gone.
Varric says, I have some explaining to do.
I'll say.
And he says, as I said, Sepulchre approached me. We had met her many times before on our adventures, so we were familiar with each other, though I thought I'd never see her again. She gave me visions that I could not refute. And the more I tried and tried to refute them, the more I found them to be true. This world is doomed, Lise. It's been doomed for a long time. It's been doomed by Sepulchre for a long, long time. You see, I am very well aware of my own limits. I knew there was no chance that I could face Sepulchre, not on my own. But I did not even begin to grasp the enormity of her power. I thought that perhaps if I studied her, worked with her, perhaps I could find a flaw in her machinations. Perhaps I could defeat her by her side. And it was because of this hope, because I wanted to believe I could stop her, that I could outsmart her, that I was lured into a false sense of security. Lise, it gets in your mind before you even realize it. Sepulchre, whatever it is, I know what it isn't. And that is an elf woman. He says, I can now remember the moment that I killed Quinn. It's so bizarre. It's like she made me forget that he was ever my friend. I thought that it was for the greater good. I had started to believe the things she told me, despite my best efforts. Her words became my words. But my confidence was shaken. When the time shift happened, it was supposed to be years for her to make her plan happen. I was trapping both of us so that we would enter her new world. And when that didn't happen, when she had not succeeded, I realized my confidence in her was shaken, and suddenly my thoughts were becoming my own again. She did not like that. She forced her will on me harder and harder. I fully forgot the death of Quinn. I forgot all the things she made me do. Lise, I don't know how much of me is left. He says, I told you that you cannot kill Sepulchre, and that is not me doubting your power, Lise. That is me stating an irrefutable fact. Because you see, if you kill Sepulchre, if you destroy her body, it finds a new host. And he turns to look at you, those black cracks still extending from his eyes, but his eyes still green. And he says, I was to be her new host.
Then how do I kill what's inside?
He says, you can't, not alone. And one more tear falling down his face, he says, I have no right to do this, but Lise, might I ask you a favor?
Go ahead.
He says, would you allow me to attempt to make even a fraction of this right?
It would be a start.
He says, Sepulchre is a type of lich. An ancient wizard. One that was alive during the first generation of the old elves, before that kingdom was burned to the ground. She found a means for immortality, one that does not require a phylactery like many other liches. I do not claim to understand how she did such a thing, and I'm certain that she would keep it a closely guarded secret. She is sort of her own phylactery. She selects hosts before she dies, before her body is destroyed. As you can imagine, eventually the bodies deteriorate. So she is always forced to find new hosts. If she begins to infect the new host before the previous body dies, then she does not need to waste time attuning, you see. It takes a while to infect a new body. Were you to kill me here, she could simply select a new host. She would merely be less powerful for a time, until that body was destroyed, so on and so forth. However, she's bound to me now. I will be her next host, should I be alive when she dies. And I think I may have found a way to kill her. And
if you die at the same time?
He says, I will poison myself.
And what will that do?
You will kill her, destroy her body. After I have poisoned myself, she will bind to me and thus be forcibly binded to a dying body. I think that will usher us in to the afterlife together.
And do you think that's the only way?
He says, I'm the only guaranteed host.
And there's no way to remove her influence from you.
He says, even if there was, we would be throwing away our one trump card, Lise. And he struggles to attempt to grin, and he says, please, give me this one chance to outsmart her.
I think she looks back at Merlin's body. He asks me to save you. If there's something more that can be done, I will do it.
He steps forward just a couple steps and he says, you have saved me. I've not felt myself in some time. But I have to make things right, Lise. Surely you understand that.
You're still infected. But just because you're feeling yourself now does not mean you will be later.
He says, I will keep my distance from her as long as I can. Her influence is stronger when she's near. And when we approach her, I will drink the poison. There will be no going back. Whether I am taken again as a vessel will not matter. The poison will be in effect. I know a thing or two about poisons.
Do you know where she has Helia?
He says, I don't know. I wasn't even aware she had her. There is much she hid from me.
She does not trust you. For good reason. You are a scoundrel.
I think through like pained gasps as he still has this arrow in him, he chuckles a little bit. He says, I suppose I am.
What of the hammer?
He says, all I know is that you are destined to find it. Not because of some great knowledge that you hold, not because of some great skill you're going to enact, but because destiny has willed it.
Destiny. Well, that's really not helpful. But, okay. What happens now?
He says, I need to borrow some ingredients from the apothecary.
Well, there's a siege going on out there, so careful.
He says, I've navigated war zones in the past. And he is limping as he begins to leave. And he chuckles to himself just a little bit, and he says, never thought I'd see the day that you were worried about my safety, Lise. And he makes his way out, stopping by Merlin's body.
Just before he leaves.
This is not just before he leaves. He's stopping at Merlin's body first.
Okay. He's like stopping. Okay.
Yep. He stops there and kneels down. And he places a hand on top of Merlin's head and he says, I'll be joining you soon, old friend. You still owe me that drink. And he stands back up and begins making his way out.
Varric.
He stops.
I am sorry. We could not meet under better circumstances. And I am sorry that I cannot do more.
And he stands there a while and nods slowly. And he says, I knew Merlin well, and I can tell when he thinks very highly of someone. Anyone he thinks highly of surely must be an incredible person. I too wish we could have been friends, Lise. And he continues out of the museum.
Um, I think she wants to have Helga gather up Quinn's body.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she walks over to Merlin.
As as you're making your way over, you're kind of taken out of the moment for a second as you hear that thunder in the background again, and you hear from outside of the museum someone cry out, "What the hell's going on in here? I saw a bone dragon, a skeleton. And Oliver rounds the corner and sees Merlin's body and stops dead in their tracks. And you, I think, are about halfway over there as Oliver, their what they were saying is caught in their throat, and they fall to their knees in front of Merlin and grab his torso in their arms, and they begin like shaking his head, and they say, "No, no, 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 no! This isn't happening!" And they yank a bottle from their pack, and they uncork it and start pouring a health potion down Merlin's throat. And they, once the whole thing has been poured down, they forcibly close his mouth and begin shaking him and say, "Come on, swallow! Take the potion, damn it!"
Oliver.
And they shake him repeatedly and they say, "No, come on, I'm not losing you now, not now!"
He's gone.
And I don't think Oliver responds. They're just shaking his body, trying to wake him. This goes on for a while, and I think maybe kind of is muffled in your ears. And an amount of time that you're not quite sure of passes, with Oliver shaking Merlin, attempting to wake him from his last rest. You realize, Lise, that you kind of zoned out there for a second. And when you snap back to it, your vision's kind of blurry, and you realize you have tears in your eyes. And you've gone numb. You're not sure how long Oliver was shaking and screaming at Merlin, but they've calmed down somewhat now. And they're just hugging him. And they say, "Who's gonna keep me sane through all this now? It won't be Lise." And they cry a bit more. And they turn to you and they say, "What happened?
I couldn't save him.
They say, sepulcher.
Yeah.
And they close their eyes, a grim expression on their face. And they say, damn it, there's no time. And you see them trying to steel themselves in spite of everything that's happened. And they look up at you and they say, Lise, you're our only hope right now. And they say, I'll handle Merlin and Quinn. Something's going on out there. And I think only you three can stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that might be true.
And Oliver slowly lowers Merlin back to the ground, and puts his arms over his chest. They say, don't worry, I'll take care of them. And while we're at it, and they reach into their bag and pull out 3 more of those red potion vials. And they say, I don't know what's going on, but I feel like you're gonna need these.
Thank you.
Add 3 supreme potions of healing to your bag.
Oh, shit. Okay.
To be clear, the supreme is the one that's, I believe it's 10d4 plus, what is it, plus 10? Let me check my notes.
I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, plus 20, not plus 10. 10d4
Jesus
plus 20.
Christ. All right. And that's 3 of them. Oh god, that was the wrong button to press. Times 3. Okay. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
And Oliver looks up at you and says, just promise me that you'll come back, please.
I can't promise that.
Tears in their eyes. They say, please.
I won't give you false hope. Not after today. But if it makes you feel better, I don't plan on dying.
And Cassandra steps forward and puts her hand on your shoulder, and she says, I promise she's not fucking dying.
I'm not sure what to do now.
They say, the Emperor, he's doing something at the castle. You need to get to the highest tower, the former Queen's quarters. You've been there before.
Oh, back there again, huh? Great. All right. I think she takes one last look at Merlin, kind of steels herself, and starts to leave. And then Oliver.
Yeah?
Burn their bodies.
They say, I'm getting him out of here first.
And then...
But yes, we'll hold a funeral for them. You and I both.
No corpses. Heaven's Cradle's got a new law. Cremation is mandatory. And I walk out the door.
Foxbud licks Merlin's face. Clearly aware of what's happened and everything, and whines a little bit. But then turns to you, 3, and he assumes his larger, more natural form and indicates for you 3 to jump on his back.
Yeah, I climb on his back.
And he rushes you 3 out of there. You begin making your way through Heaven's Cradle, and it's kind of crazy out here, but it's very clear that the siege is going in your favor. The pirates, the farmers, the merchants, some people wearing fucking cooking pots on their heads for helmets have pushed back the Valiver, and you are rushing through massive infernos and buildings burning. A trebuchet launches a flaming barrel through the sky, and you hear as it explodes on a back street. A lot of people screaming as it does, and Foxbud is rushing you through all of this chaos. And while he does, you actually see Bedlam appear beside you. His legs are kind of doing that cartoonish thing where they have turned into like a circle because he's running so fast alongside you. And he says, "This isn't right. Sieges are usually more fun than this. At least I liked Merlin."
Honestly, I don't think she sees him. I think that as Foxbud kind of knows where to go, she's like holding on, but she's gone.
He says, whether she's listening or not, he's sort of talking to himself at this point, and he says, "Why is this all so familiar? Why do I feel like I know the ending? But I just can't remember it."
Hate that.
And he says, "Lise, you're not actually going to die up there, are you?"
She doesn't say anything.
He says, "You can't die. You're my best friend. You're my only friend, Lise. If you die, well then, I'll be without a friend."
If I've learned anything today, Bedlam, it's that anybody can die. Whether you want them to or not.
You say that, and he continues running alongside you, and he says, "Can I die?"
Maybe you're already dead.
Then he says, "We are friends, aren't we, Lise?"
Yeah, Bedlam. We're friends.
You see something that you've technically seen before, but it seems more real somehow. You see a tear fall down Bedlam's face. And he says, "What in the devil? That's strange. I've never done it like that before."
First time for everything.
And for the first time, Bedlam doesn't have a wacky exit. He just stops running. And if you turn to look over your shoulder, he just is standing alone in the middle of a town square, fire all around him, and buildings burning, men fighting and dying all around him, Valiver being destroyed. And he looks so alone. And for a moment, I feel like he almost looks like a little kid. And then he's gone. You end up finding your way to this massive castle, which has been replaced with cobalt and painted blue, and it's this massive, like, frankly, monument to awe and greatness at this point. It looks an awful lot like the like the Ruby Mane castle, but starkly different at this point. And you are at the front gate. You actually see that there are pirates and platoons of people that are carrying out crates of valuables and cheering jovially as more rush in. But as you look up, you see that those clouds have further gathered around the castle, and they are circling around just that highest tower, former Queen Ruby Mane's quarters, and thunder erupts a few times around you.
Cassandra,
Yeah?
What colors do you want for our wedding?
She says, "Red for sure. I mean, red's your color." She says, "What about you?"
I do like red. Maybe gold. Or some blue.
She says, very royal. And she looks at your outfit and she says, I see you have a color palette.
I know what I look good in.
And I think you're on the front of Foxbud, and she's just behind you. And she squeezes you, and she says, we're having that wedding.
I know. We're at the castle.
You're at the front gate of the castle.
It's open?
Yeah, people are going in and out.
Looting.
Looting it, yep.
Okay. I think she looks down at the ring on her hand. She says, I'd marry you tomorrow, you know.
She says, I'd marry you right now if the venue was right.
Castle's a good venue.
And
Maybe a little out of our budget.
And she says, but if I married you right now, there'd be nothing forcing you to stay with me. We'll look forward to it afterward.
Right. Well, there's always the bakery. And I get off Foxbud.
You climb off, and he kind of condenses down a little bit into still being like, almost chest height, but not quite big enough to ride.
And I make my way inside. Can I cast Detect Magic on these fucking clouds, or are they too far away? Oh wait, no,
I think you already did that.
I did that in the sky. You're right. I forgot about that.
There's certainly clouds. You make your way through former Castle Rubymain, now Castle Chillvane, and you see more pirates and farmers and merchants cheering as they're looting. You see destroyed Valiver all over the ballroom. The path to Rubymain's quarters is fully clear. But as you enter this castle, you can definitely sense something is wrong. And you feel a familiar sensation. There are feathers nearby.
Plural.
Mm-hmm.
Are they in the same place?
They seem to be centered somewhere up high. And you feel like it's not just one, it's not too many, but
It's not Helia.
No. But someone has gathered these up.
Oh, I think we're in for it now, girls.
Cassandra says, "Oh, we're gonna kill this bitch." And Helga says, anti-friendship bad guy?
Yes, Helga. Anti-friendship bad guy.
She pulls her maul off her back, and she grips it very tightly. You see like her knuckles turning white, and she says, "We'll do everything to stop friendship bad guy."
Thank you, Helga.
And Cassandra pulls her flintlocks and twirls them and says, "Oh, we're gonna win."
What is it? It's regicide, or no? Is regicide when you kill a
region.
king?
A king can count. Yes.
Does an emperor count, or is that something
Yes.
different? Lee says, "Let's go commit some regicide." Kind of twirls her staff, catches it, and heads up the stairs.
You begin ascending these stairs, and that feeling is getting stronger and stronger. You feel like your blood is almost boiling. You feel like you're going to be struggling to keep this under wraps. But you feel so good. You feel so energetic right now. And finally, there it is. The long hallway with stairs that lead up to Ruby Main's quarters. You hear a few more claps of thunder.
As we make our way up, Merlin's office is on that staircase, isn't it?
What's that?
Merlin's office
Yes.
is on.
It's on the way, yes.
I think as we pass, I just stop for a minute, press my hand against it. Just like have a minute, and then keep going.
With your hand on the door, there's actually sparks emitting off your hand. And when you take your hand off the door, a perfect handprint has been left, scorched into the wood.
This looks familiar. I keep going.
And you continue up the stairs. And you can hear inside the Emperor is moving. Do you open the door?
Can I roll to kick the door in?
Sure.
Helga, this door is in my way.
You have Helga kick it in?
Yeah.
You don't want to kick it in?
I have no strength.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if you really wanted to like break the door, it would be an attack roll.
That's 18. Does an
To attack?
18 hit? Does an 18 hit the door?
Yes, that would hit, yes.
Cool.
But you would roll damage if you're wanting to like actually have her like attack the door to break it. I guess it'd be an unarmed attack, but
okay, then it's a 28 to hit. But she only does 6 bludgeoning damage because that's all she can do, right?
I think that'll be enough. All she's really having to do is break the latch. So she kicks it and the door flies open, and sure enough, you see the Emperor inside, clutching a handful of feathers in his hand. However, as the door flies open, you see he has the Skyver in his hand, and it connects with the floor. Cracks erupt out from it, and those feathers burn up and are absorbed into this spear. And suddenly, a column of light explodes into the sky, destroying the roof of this room. You can see the rain pour in as that column of light climbs to the sky. And as it connects, rather than cracking the sky this time, you see a line of white light expand across the sky, splitting it in two. And water seems to stop falling for a moment. The whole world seems to freeze for a moment. Like the rain is frozen in air for a split second before falling again. And that split sky, suddenly you don't see just clouds up there. You see those tessellating shapes of pastel rainbow colors stretching across the sky. And the Emperor releases the spear. It is stuck into the floor, and runes appear on the floor around it. And he says,
"You are too late."
Am I?
Yes. Now how about you go down there and tell all your little friends the siege is over.
Tell them yourself.
And he steps in front of this spear and is now standing between you and it. And he says,
Please do not make this harder than it needs to be. Accept your defeat and move on.
You know, I've been forced to accept a lot of things in the recent future. But your harmony, that's not going to be one of them.
he sighs and says,
Submit, Lys, and perhaps your consciousness will be spared in the harmony.
You know, everyone else seems to have given up on this world. You all seem so ready to move on to a new one, to start over. But guess what? I still like it. And it's not going anywhere. If I have anything to say about it. And then I point to him. Like, really menacingly.
okay. From behind Helga.
Yeah, I point to him, and then I just turn my thumb upside down. And then I'm gonna fight him. I'm gonna, I'm gonna fight him.
All right, we're going to roll initiative on this then. So go ahead and give me initiative for you, Helga and Cassandra.
Well,
He gets to roll with advantage.
it was cocked. Lee's got a 13.
13.
Cassandra rolled a natural 1, but she has a +5, so that's 6.
Okay.
Helga gets to roll with advantage. Helga rolled a mod 20.
Just below Lightbane.
Damn, you rolled a 21.
Yep. Okay. So
Hey, do I still have my temporary hit points?
you do. Not
Fuck.
enough time has passed to lose those. I'm pretty sure you get to keep them until the next long rest. Oh yeah, you're right. I need to update the stats on the board here.
I only have 14 temp hit points right now.
Yeah, 14. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. There we go. All right. So we actually start this with Vladimir first. He is top of the order, and he looks at you and smirks and adjusts his massive gauntlets. And he says, Lys. Oh, hang on.
Lys, you do not want this. Turn around now. This is your final chance to comply.
And he actually forgoes his turn and just adjusts his gauntlet and makes no effort to fight back, even though you are attacking him. And he grins, and you see his canines extend.
I fucking knew it.
Incredibly long, and his skin becomes slightly more like a sickly gray, and he says,
And when I say final chance, I mean final chance.
and he forgoes his turn.
Oh, what a dick. Sorry, I'm looking at spells. Whose turn is
All
it?
right. It's Helga's.
Oh, okay. Can I make a perception check? Well, I guess can help.
Sure.
Well, Helga, does Helga have? Never mind. Now I went to look at Helga's stats.
She doesn't have great perception.
Helga has -1 perception. Yeah, so I guess I'll wait on that.
She's not super perceptive.
That's fine.
I mean, it is a wisdom check, so.
Right. Helga's gonna do what Helga does best, and we're gonna see what happens.
All right.
Helga's gonna go into a rage.
Okay.
Bonus action, go into rage. She is going to, and then she gets 2 attacks on Yeah, she gets 2 attacks, but not her third one because she's not frenzying.
Okay. Roll those attacks.
I want to make sure because I feel like I always forget her abilities and stuff, so I'm just double checking through all of her shit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a reckless attack. I always forget that she has like advantage on certain saving throws, and like I feel like we sometimes forget that when she's raging, she gets damage like halved.
Yep. I usually try to remember, and I think we're usually pretty good about it, but occasionally we forget.
I've been watching Dimension 20, and like every time there's like so much stuff that they can do, I'm like, fuck, I always forget that barbarians can do some shit like that.
Yep.
Okay, oh yeah. She gets extra shit when she crits too.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. Yep, she's just gonna go ahead and take her 2 attacks.
Okay.
That one's not gonna hit. Well, she's got a plus 11.
Okay.
Well, but it's the Emperor. A 15's not gonna hit.
Nope.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
That fully plinks off of him.
Does an 18 hit?
It does not.
Fuck, alright. Whiffs both of her attacks.
She, both attacks, like, collide with his massive pauldrons. He has this, like, massive flowing blue cape behind him. His whole outfit is, like, very, like, large, war attire for, like, a king. And he has, like, massive pauldrons with this, like, fur lining on his cloak. And her hammer plinks off of his pauldrons. He hasn't stopped adjusting his gloves, and he says,
"You're making a massive mistake."
The only mistake I've made is not killing you sooner.
Next up is you, Lise. Also, I forgot to move Helga up to hit him. Whoops. Anyway, next up is you.
Interesting. Can I actually can I hold my action until Cassandra goes?
Yeah, you can delay your action.
Yeah, I'd like to move myself in the initiative order to right after Cassandra.
Cool. In that case, next up is Cassandra.
Okay. Cassandra is going to, let's see, she's got 30 feet. 5, 10, 15, 20. Cassandra is going to
generally a good idea, by the way, for her flintlocks to have her more than 5 feet away. Just have her like 10 feet away.
I know.
Okay.
She's going to cast Bestow Curse, and it's touch range, so she needs to touch him.
All right,
so
bestow that curse.
He has to make a Wisdom save.
Okay. Let me do that real quick here. Sorry, I think I may have accidentally closed his stat sheet. I don't know why I did that.
Oh my god.
That was foolish of me. Yeah, no, I've just got all the stats memorized. It's fine.
Hey. Also, I laughed when I saw him because he looks a little bit like Sephiroth.
He got a 17.
Fuck that. Oh, you stupid bitch. Oh, wait. Could she cutting words him as her reaction?
I think so. Maybe.
Because it's a reaction.
Yeah, reaction. You should cutting words as a reaction. I just checked her stat sheet, so she can.
Okay.
When a creature that is not immune to being charmed, you can see within 60 feet makes an attack roll. But he has not made an attack roll, and he has not made an ability check.
He's making a saving throw. Fuck.
If you recall, he foregoed his turn. He's letting you wail on him.
Right. Well, that sucks. Okay. Well, all right. Well, that was the 3rd level bestow curse, so you can take that spell slot. And then she'll give Lise Bardic.
Okay. You have Bardic.
Fuck. And then she's going to. So he's not attacking right now, right? So technically, or at least this turn. So Cassandra walked up to him. She has 10 feet of movement left. He would get an attack of opportunity on her if she left his like area of effect. But would he take that if she tried to walk away? Since he's not attacking this round?
He would certainly get it, but with whether or not he takes it is up to him.
Okay. Well, she runs up. She tries to touch him. It doesn't. She misses or something, and then she goes.
She grabs his forearm as he's adjusting his gauntlet, attempts to bestow a curse, but it does not succeed. And he looks down his nose at her, and he says, wait, hold on.
Unhand me, wretch.
She goes, fucking whoops, and she's gonna take the rest of her movement away.
He does not attack her.
Okay, whoo! Damn it, that could have gone so great. But everything that we're doing is fucking missing. So great. Okay. Well, I might as well try something, right? It's my turn now.
Yep. You and Foxbud, if you want to let Foxbud out. Or I guess Foxbud's already out. That's right. He was walking up alongside you.
Yeah, he walked in the room with us.
All right, he's here.
But, I don't want us to be all in the same. Me and Foxbud are gonna. How much movement do I have? Set of 30 feet, and he has like 45. So what? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. We're gonna come over. You know what? Foxbud's gonna stay. Well, let's see. From here. 5, 10, 15. I won't move him just yet. He's gonna come over here with me for a minute.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to be able to. I guess I don't know if he really has magic, but I don't want him to be able to get like a cone of anything off on us.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to. Damn. This sucks. Ah, fuck it. I'm gonna try dominate person.
All right.
That is a DC, I believe, 19 wisdom save.
So you cast it?
Yes.
Not even a split second where you think that worked.
Great.
You attempt to hit him with this charming spell, and you see like the magic wash over him, and Still adjusting his gauntlet, but now adjusting the other. He turns, he looks at you, and he says,
Your games are getting tiring.
Damn, I tried.
yeah. He's got some fucking stats.
Yeah, I bet he does. And I came into this not at full power, so.
Does Foxbud do anything?
Foxbud's gonna, yes. Foxbud's gonna mirror image.
Okay. So he's got 3 mirror images, I believe.
Yes. Let me. I'm just gonna pull it up so I have what it says. But
I'm pretty sure it's like it has a slowly lowering DC that they have to clear in order to hit the mirror images.
Yeah.
We'll just need those DC numbers for later.
Yeah, I have it pulled up, so I'll have that whenever.
All right. In that case, we are to bottom of the order, which means we're going back to the top. Finally, the Emperor says,
Very well. Since it seems you cannot be reasoned with, it appears it'll fall to me to remove the refuse from this castle.
and this turn, he does attack. Let's see here. What all is he gonna do? He makes 3 attacks on Helga.
Okay. Remember, she gets half damage from.
Yep. Most physical attacks. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that a 33 hits.
Oh my god.
Also going to assume a 29 hits. Oh wow, that's a really bad roll. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah.
Okay. Manages 3 hits on her. And she takes I rolled the wrong die. Whoops. Ba 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 ba. $31 points of slashing damage, halved to 15.
Damn.
As his claws burst through the gauntlets on his hands. His massive, long, razor-sharp nails, black nails, burst out, and he claws her repeatedly. As he does that, you hear more thunder above you. And you realize that tessellation of like pastel rainbow shapes in the sky have fully extended over the entire sky. And we are going to run a poll.
Oh.
Chad, remember when we ran polls? Remember when we did those? That was fun. That was a good time. I think we should do it again. I think you're gonna really like this one. A few beams of light extend down from that sky. Those beams featuring those same tessellating pastel rainbow colors. And a couple of them collide with the tower, and one of them collides with a person.
Oh.
Chat, who does this beam collide with? Lise, Cassandra, or Helga? 1 in chat for Lise, 2 in chat for Cassandra, 3 in chat for Helga. Go on. Choose who it's going to be. Us at the beginning of the campaign. I love polls. Us now. Oh God, not a poll. What? We're having fun here. It's polls. It's poll for initiative. That's the whole point of the campaign. This is what you boys wanted. Looks like we're choosing Helga. All right. Helga. One of the beams that creeps down from the sky, 3 of them collide with this tower. One of them collides directly with Helga. The other 2 hit furniture in different points on the ground, and they have like this sort of like undulating sort of effect about them where like they connect with the ground and they still are connected to the sky. The one that collides with Helga, she's hit with that energy. Again, this magic looks exactly like that magic you harnessed some weeks ago in that cave. And you see her eyes now have those tessellating patterns in them. And she slowly lowers her maul.
Oh no.
And with that, it is now Helga's turn. She stays completely still. And she says, "This how world meant to be." And she skips her turn. It is now Cassandra's turn.
Cassandra's gonna back up to the wall.
Cassandra actually says, "We need to get her out of that fucking thing."
Yeah, Lisa's like, okay.
That sort of beam of light is still touching Helga. It's like stuck onto her.
If Cassandra were to try to pull her out, would she have to touch the light as well?
No.
Okay. Wait, so where did I start? I started here. So, yeah, she'll step forward and she'll attempt to pull Helga out of it.
Okay. Give me a strength check for Cassandra.
Just a flat strength roll?
Yep. Strength check. You're technically doing a contest, but not with a person.
19.
You succeed. She pulls Helga with all her might and yanks her out 5 feet to the left. After Helga loses contact with this like magical tendril, her eyes slowly fade back to their original stature.
All right. And was that Cassandra's action?
That was her action, yes.
Okay, so she's still going to. So she only moved 5 feet, so 5, 10. She's gonna back up to the wall.
Okay.
And does she get a bonus action attack?
Only if she did her main action as an attack.
Okay. She's gonna give another Or she's gonna give Bardic to Helga.
Okay. I believe that's both of you with Bardic now.
Yeah.
I forgot to put the little blue markers on you. All right. Next up in the order is Ulysses.
This is like, okay, don't get in the beam. Got it. So this dude's a vampire for sure. Let's try. I don't want to immediately blow all my fucking spells. Damn it. Wish I could do. Well, I guess I still have some sorcery points left.
Yep.
Okay, well, I guess I'll use this if I need to. Let's do a... Fuck, this sucks, actually. Let's do 4th level Scorching Ray.
Okay.
That is 3. 1 additional ray for each slot above second. So second. 3rd, 4th. So that's 5 rays. So that's 12 doesn't hit. Does a 24 hit?
It does.
Okay, so that's 1 hit. 23 hit?
Yep.
It's 2 hits. 25 hit?
Yep.
It's 3 hits. And 23, so that's 4 hits. Okay, so that is 8d6.
86?
Yep.
I could also just roll a macro.
No.
Okay.
Right, that's 33 plus 5 is 38.
38 fire damage?
Yes, sir.
You do that damage. He certainly takes it. He doesn't seem fully phased, though. And he turns to look at you and he says,
You dare.
And
I
his
dare.
attention is on you now.
Uh-oh.
As with a impossible speed flies forward to you. Helga can have an attack of opportunity if she'd like.
Yeah. Absolutely. 27 to hit.
All right, that hits. Roll damage.
Uh, 13.
That will be halved to 6.
Great.
As he leaps away, she swings again and kind of grazes his shoulder with her hammer. And his attention is now on you. And he lurches forward.
Shield.
Oh, shield, huh?
Mm-hmm.
How's a 31 look to that shield?
I get it for the rest of the round though, so it's still worth it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. My macros are super broken today. Okay, I guess I'm doing this the old-fashioned way. Let me roll damage. I feel like this is that moment where if we were in person, you'd be asking, why are you grabbing so many dice? Stop grabbing dice. Sorry, doing a lot of math in my head because I don't got my macros. You take 33 necrotic damage.
Okay.
So that's 14 off of your temporary hit points. Your temporary hit points are gone. And then an additional 19 off your main health. As he lurches forward and grabs your shoulders and his massive nails dig into your skin, and his eyes are like fully like bloodshot with black veins, and glowing red very brightly as he stares into your very soul and cries out,
Submit!
I'd rather die.
And that is his turn. Next up in the order is Helga.
Oh no.
By the way, you are grappled.
Okay, what does that mean for me?
You cannot move
That's fine.
until you break his grapple.
5, 10, 15, 20. So he's flanked right now. Does Helga get to roll with advantage?
Sure.
Cool. She's gonna take all of her 3 attacks. 22 to hit.
That'll do it.
Okay, that's the first attack. 22 to hit again. Or no, that's 23 to hit.
That'll do it.
And that one's a natural fucking 20.
That's a crit.
So,
That'll do double damage.
and she gets to add extra shit because she crit. She has savage attacks, so she gets to roll an extra. She gets to roll one of her weapon dice an additional time and add it to the extra damage.
Okay. Makes sense to me.
Oh wait. Okay, actually, so she has savage attacks, which is a racial trait. When you score a critical hit, you roll one of the weapons dice one additional time and add it to the extra damage. But she also has brutal critical, which is you can roll two additional weapon dice when determining the extra damage for a critical hit with a melee attack. So she gets to add 3 additional weapon dice to this attack.
Makes sense. Let's do it.
Fuck. Okay. It's gonna be halved anyway because of this stupid motherfucker, but like that's still a lot of damage probably. Okay, fuck. So let me roll the 2 DAX and then I'll roll the 3rd one and add all of the critical shit onto it.
Okay.
So first one is first one is 16 damage.
All right. Let's total this up here. I'll keep a calculator going. 16 plus what? Since you
18.
hate macros. 16 plus 18 plus
plus 10, and then that's double to 20, And then she gets to roll 3 more d6.
36.
Well, so it's
Sorry. I can't resist.
and then that's 12.
Okay.
So 32.
So, 12 on top of that previous 20. Yep.
Yes.
So that is a total of 66. It is halved to 33 damage.
That's still a fuck ton of damage.
And Helga screams out, "Let go, Helga, friend!" And wails on his back. And next up is Cassandra.
Cassandra is going to cast Death Ward on Lise. Actually, she's gonna cast Death Ward on herself since Lise can come back at least one time.
Okay.
I don't want her. She's the only one of us who can fucking heal. She's gonna 4th level bestow curse on herself.
But you mean?
Or no, not. I'm sorry.
Death Ward?
Death Ward.
She's gonna bestow a curse on herself.
I was looking at bestow curse, but yeah. She's gonna 4th level Death Ward.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then
good.
Damn, I wish she had other bonus actions, but she really doesn't. She can only be
so cool.
Is counter charge? Oh no, that's an action. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, that's her turn.
All right. In that case, next up is you, Lise, and Foxbud.
Yeah. Foxbud's gonna go first. Foxbud, let me roll to see if his teleport recharges. It does. So he has teleport again. Not that he's gonna use it right now. He's gonna make all 3 of his bite attacks.
Okay.
So that is oh, 18 doesn't hit. Okay. That's not gonna hit. And that's not gonna hit. Okay. He whiffs all 3 of his attacks.
Oh no! Oh, whoops! I meant to do the miss sound, not the hit sound. Whoops! Ignore those. All right. In that case, it's you.
I'm grappled.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be an action to get out of the grapple?
Yep. It'd be a contest. Or someone else would have to break the grapple.
Okay. Then I'll just stay here.
Okay.
We'll do a 3rd level Scorching Ray.
Okay.
Slot of 3rd or higher, so these are 3 rays. 28 hits. 15 does not hit. 22 hits?
Yes.
That's 46. It's 5. 8. Wow, I really didn't do any damage. 13 fire damage.
Okay. It's still damage. He still takes it.
Yeah. Can I add my... Bardic is for... you don't add Bardic to attack rolls, right? Or to damage?
That's for the actual attack, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Okay. We're back to top of the order. It's
Okay.
Lightbane. And while he still has his claws in your shoulders, he says,
I demand you submit.
and rolls another attack with advantage.
Cutting words.
Okay.
Cassandra's gonna cutting words him.
Tell me what she says.
Get the fuck off my fiance.
Well, you got to say something insulting.
Get your ugly ass off my fiance.
Okay. How much damage does that do?
What is
Yeah,
her
it's supposed to
bardic?
make an attack, right? Or,
It's
or
atta-
something, or he
it's-
makes a
it's-
save.
I'm taking stuff off of his attack roll.
Oh, okay, gotcha. It's not the same as what you call it, cutting. Or no, it's not the same as vicious mockery.
Saving throws. No.
Okay, so how much does she take off?
Is her bardic a D8 or a D6?
D10.
Oh, oh yeah. Oh shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
It takes 8 off of his attack roll.
So in that case, does a 23 hit?
Damn it.
He like grabs your hair and yanks your head to the side and lurches forward with a lightning speed and bites your neck. And you feel him draining you. Ooh, this is a juicy one.
This is like, I hate being fondled by a man.
Uh 33 damage. Necrotic damage, I should say. Give me a Constitution save.
$16.
That will not do it. So on top of taking that damage, your max hit point maximum is reduced by 33 as well. Your maximum hit points is 21 now. And what's worse is he seems rejuvenated from that.
Great.
And as we end his turn, we're gonna have another poll. Oh, I know how much you all love to have polls. I know we're always excited to roll these polls. So, chat. Who gets hit by a beam next? Is it going to be Lise or Cassandra? One in chat for Lise, 2 in chat for Cassandra. Looks like we're voting Cassandra.
Okay.
Cassandra is hit by one of these tendrils. As you look up, you see an additional 2 tendrils crawl down from the sky and collide with this tower. As more thunder echoes around you. and Cassandra sees it coming, nearly dodges out of the way, but it's just too fast. She is hit in the shoulder and stops dead in her tracks. And you see her jaw go slack. You see her lower her flintlocks. And as this undulating, tessellating pattern touches her, her eyes are filled with those same tessellations. And we move on to Helga's turn.
5, 10, 15, 20. She'll take the opportunity attack and pull Cassandra out.
She certainly does get that attack of opportunity against her. Give me 1 second to resolve that. As Helga leaves his range, does a 23 hit.
Oh, sorry. I think my camera,
fell down.
Yeah.
I assume a 23 hits. She
Yes.
will take 13 slashing damage halved to 6.
Okay.
However, keep in mind, since she's exiting this turn without attacking someone, I assume you're having her use her action to pull Cassandra out. She will leave her frenzy, and thus, did she take was she frenzy raging?
She was not frenzy raging.
Okay, so no exhaustion for her.
She got a 17 to pull Cassandra out.
That'll do it. She yanks her out, and both of them fly 5 feet to the right as Cassandra is released from this tendril and her eyes return to normal.
This sucks.
Next up is Cassandra.
Thank God. Cassandra's like, absolutely not. That's a 6th level prayer of healing.
Okay. Go ahead. Where is there? Do you want me to roll?
Actually, I don't know that Lise can actually be fucking healed for that much. Let's do 5th level prayer of healing.
Okay.
And if you want to roll 5d8 plus 4.
Oh, God damn it. I did their fucking macro thing.
And that's for all of them.
29 hit points.
Awesome. Lise is restored to full.
Yeah, you're restored to your current maximum.
Yeah.
I think, so she is 2. And I think Helga is 2. Yeah, that goes well past, so she's back to 148. You are all healed to maximum.
What's the
Your
range?
veins, by the way, as you heal, your veins are like blackened from his venom.
What's the range on Cassandra's to not be at disadvantage? It's 30 feet from
She's
someone?
10 feet away or more.
Okay, then she'll stay where she is. Okay. That's her turn.
Okay. Next up is you, Lise. You are still grappled.
I hate this. All right, I need to get him off of me. How do I get him off? Strength check, you said?
Yes.
I'm not good at strength.
Contest.
I'm really bad at strength. So...
Ooh, he rolled poorly, actually.
Okay. What do I add? Okay.
I'll say, so since this is such an important roll, I'm going to tell you what his total was, and you're going to be rolling against that. He rolled only a 10 total.
I rolled a 16.
Okay. You break his grasp.
Thank God. She's like, she fucking shoves him off.
You shove him off, and he laughs menacingly as he wipes his mouth, blood dripping down your neck.
Sorry, my camera keeps like slipping for some reason. I'm going to step. Okay.
You will still take an attack of opportunity if you leave his range, just so you know.
I'm not trying to leave his range.
Okay.
I'm trying to get far enough away from Foxbud that I can mantle a flame.
Okay. You would. Well, there's a chair in your way, so. Okay.
I know.
Okay,
I'm aware. Okay, so I'm gonna mantle a flame as a bonus action.
That chair will also catch on fire, just so you know.
Okay.
Just letting you know. There you go. That's certainly not large enough. Sorry, the feet on here is different from the feet in my map maker, so it ends up okay. This map is apparently really fucking big. And I didn't realize it. There we go.
Yeah, that's better. Cool.
Okay, yeah, so you mantle a flame. I think it's a bonus action, right? So you still have your action.
Yeah. Sorry. My camera is just like being really fucking weird. I think I might be making it fall actually. I'll stop doing that. Okay, mantle flame. And then my action was to get out of that grapple, right? So
Oh, you're right.
so
Okay.
that's my turn. And then Foxbud. You got bite. You got bite him.
Okay. You gonna do a little bite?
You gotta do a little bite. Natural 20.
Okay. That'll do it, and crit. He has to make a strength save to stay up, right?
Yeah. Does a 19 hit?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to assume that a 24 succeeds on the save.
Yeah. And then a oh, it was 19 plus 7. 26 also hits, so that's 2. So he has to make another strength check.
Okay. Does a 18 succeed?
Yeah.
All right.
So the crit is 28, and then plus 10, so 38.
All right. Takes 38 damage, but that is halved.
Yeah.
To 19. And we are back to top of the order. Vladimir Lightbane. Who first I'm going to roll cooldown. Oh, and it succeeded.
Uh-oh.
So his ability is cooled down, and he is going to turn his attention to Foxbud now and say,
"Stay off of me, you cur."
As he rolls attacks against him. He actually moves out of your radius, by the way, your flames, which means you get an attack of opportunity if you'd like.
Yes. Oh, but it's
Keep
only...
in mind, no shield though.
Huh?
This will, if you use your reaction for attack of opportunity, you will not be able to use shield this round. So just bear that in mind.
I would only be able to unarmed strike him, wouldn't I?
I believe so, yeah. I think we decided on that in the past.
I don't do any damage, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Oh, wait. But because I have Warcaster, I can
You can
use
use
my
spells.
reaction. I can use spells as an opportunity attack.
Okay. Do you want to do that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. No shield then.
That's okay. I get another chance to hit him? Yeah. That takes one action. I'm so tempted, but I feel like he's just gonna burn a legendary resistance on it. I want to cast Immolation, but I'm scared that he has like legendary resistance and it's just not gonna matter. Fuck it, I'll try. Immolation. Give me a dexterity saving throw.
All right, give me 1 second. Does a 15 do it?
No.
Well, he still succeeds.
Yeah. That's what I thought. Well, he still takes damage on a successful save.
Yes. He kind of moves with an impossible speed in order to dodge this. It seems like you're about to hit him, but then it's like you're looking at his after image as he's somewhere else instead.
So that is 25 halved. So whatever that is.
That'd be 12.
Okay, so he takes 12 fire damage.
All right. This man has mostly taken fire damage at this point.
I mean, hey.
Except for that one attack from Helga.
Yeah. Let me know what you roll to hit Foxbud.
He's going to roll 3 attacks. Does a... Fuck, where was the number? 24 hits.
Plus your dexterity modifier. His dex is 4. I'm sorry, what was the question?
24 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Ooh, that's a really bad roll. For the second attack, 19?
Wait, hold on. If you have, it hits. If you have 3 duplicates, you must roll a 6 change. Oh, okay. Hold on. Sorry.
You have to roll to see if he hits an after
Yes.
image instead.
Okay. Okay, so what's your third attack?
And a 27 will hit again. So he has 3 attacks that hit.
Okay, one of them hits Foxbud, 2 of them hit his after images.
Okay. I think Vladimir swings twice, destroying 2 of the after images. And he says, "Enough!" and attacks the correct Foxbud, and does 11 slashing damage.
Okay.
And that will be his turn. Next up is Cassandra. No, not Cassandra. Helga. Sorry. Almost skipped Helga.
Stop hitting Fred. You know what? She's gonna frenzy attack.
Okay. She rages again. That's 2 rages.
Yeah, she's gonna, does she get advantage because of something? Doesn't a frenzy attack? No. Yeah, well, that's frenzy raging. Rage. Oh, I'm sorry. She's gonna reckless attack.
Oh, but then he gets advantage on her.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay, so that's that, and then okay, 27 to hit on the first one.
Okay, that'll do it.
That's cocked. That does not hit. Yeah, 18 doesn't hit. That's a natural one. Okay, one of them hits.
Okay.
Wow,
Roll that damage.
I'm rolling terribly. This is going bad. 17 damage.
Okay. That's 17 bludgeoning.
Yes.
That will be halved to 8. He doesn't seem to care.
I didn't think so.
He next up is Cassandra.
Cassandra hates this.
Who calls out, I don't know. How are we killing him?
Let's try a flintlock. I have some ideas, but I want to see if her flintlocks do any special damage to him.
Okay. A flintlock?
No, she's gonna do double flintlock attacks.
Okay. You want to roll those?
Yeah. Miss. Hit. Fires
roll?
twice. She got a 22.
Okay.
D10. 10. Just 10 damage.
10 damage? Okay. That is reduced to 5.
What is her special power that she gets with her guns?
Did you not write it down?
I guess not. I thought I did, but I don't see it.
Hang on, let me pull it up. She got the Thunder Pistols. They are just +1 flintlocks. So they do +1 to attacks and +1 to damage, which are already automatically applied for you. And then they have their range expanded from 10 to 300 feet.
Shit. Okay. And then they do
Artemis is a cool little guy.
then they do special damage to Valiver, right?
Yes, if she uses those charged shots.
Right. Okay.
They do not have any special effect for humans, though, because humans are not conductive.
That's fair. He's not human,
people,
but
or people.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to check, but okay. That's her turn, I guess.
All right, now on to our favorite guy, Lise.
Oh, it is my turn. I forgot.
Yep.
Because I took that reaction, so I forgot that I still had a turn. I'm gonna step over here so he's within my thing again.
Okay. You getting dangerously close to this weird tendril thing that's emanating this rainbow light.
Listen, I'm trying to kill this motherfucker. How much health do I have? 21. Oh, Jesus. Fuck. Should I do false life again? He's not really focused on me right now, but I guess he could turn back to me. I'm gonna do a 6th level Scorching Ray.
Okay.
So that is 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. So that's 7. Okay. Let's see. That's okay, so 7. That's a miss. That's also a miss. Stop missing! What the fuck?
Damn, your dice are being mean to you today.
That's a natural 20.
Okay, so that's a crit.
So I
Why are you using a macro for a D20 roll? Even I don't do that.
yeah. You know what? I'll roll these last 3. Okay, that's
Unless you're
a
gonna roll
hit.
them all at once.
That's a miss. That's a hit. Okay, so I hit 3 times out of 7, but one of them was a nat 20. Fuck. Okay,
That's
so
not terrible.
I hate you. Shut up. So that's
Versus last week when they were giving Seth great rolls. Yeah, this is your karma. You got out of court just to land in vampire hell.
uh 27 fire damage.
27 fire damage total?
Yeah.
Okay. You do that damage.
I could have done so much more damage.
He doesn't like it. He actually like
I said for the 3rd time, submit.
And you really like repeating yourself.
and he turns back to you. Or actually, has Foxbud taken his turn? I don't think Foxbud took his turn.
No, he hasn't. Yeah, Foxbud's gonna bite him a bunch. And he gets advantage because Helga's within 5 feet. 22 to hit.
Okay.
Natural 20. Damn, okay. I'm getting some good rolls on Foxbud. And 22 to hit again. So all three hit. One of them is a natural 20. Go ahead and make 3 strength saving throws, please.
19. 24.
Okay.
17.
Yeah.
He's a strong boy.
Oh, fuck.
You okay?
I did all the math in my head and now I can't remember it. Hold on.
You can just say the numbers and I'll total them up for you.
Okay. It was 7 plus 8 plus 4.
7 plus 8 plus 4? That's 19.
Plus 14.
Oh, shit. Plus 14?
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 33.
No. Plus 28.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay. With that, it'll be 61 halved to 30.
No. That was already doubled.
Huh?
I already doubled the roll that was a natural 20.
Yes.
You said 68.
61.
Oh, I guess it was plus 28. Okay, sorry.
He takes 30 damage. His gaze is fixed on you, though. And he says,
"Now fall."
And he attacks you again.
Did he attack me last time when I was... No, he didn't. He turned his attack.
Not while you had Mantle of Flame.
Yeah. Shield.
Does a... Why can't I do math suddenly? 23 hit.
Yeah.
And a 30.
Yeah.
And a... 22.
Yeah. Damn it.
3 hits.
Shield is just not worth it, apparently.
He has a really big modifier.
Yeah. I've noticed. He takes 5 fire damage. Is it for... He might take 5 for each attack. But let me check. So it's takes the damage if it causes damage to you from within 5 feet and or touches you. So does he take it
He'll
twice?
take 15.
Okay.
You take 36 damage.
Okay. I die, but then I explode and come back to life.
Yes. He, those massive, black nails cuts you to ribbons. Your arm is slack for a moment. The other, slash across your throat. You bleed profusely. And then the final, he jams his nails into your gut. Blood pouring out onto the ground. He burns himself for 15 damage, but hardly reacts to it. You, for a split moment, experience death, but you return to how much health?
18.
That fire explodes out from you, and those wings flap once around you, saving you from certain death, as he is hit by, I believe, a wave of fire, right?
Yeah, it's everything within 15 feet of me.
Oh, and so are not Cassandra, Helga and Foxbud. How much damage?
It's a dexterity save for half.
All right, give me those dex saves for them. We'll check what he gets. How's a
okay,
19 look for that?
He meets it.
Okay.
Foxwood saves. And Helga also saves, so you all take 18 damage.
All right. Let me just apply that. I don't know if that can apply to Foxbud's mirror image or not. I don't think so, because that would imply that it was attacking him.
Yeah.
Okay. And you are reborn in flame, and you hear Cassandra scream from the other side of the room. Babe, no!
Oh, I come back. I'm like, ugh. I'm fine.
And she says, we gotta get out of here. We can't beat him.
Okay, well, emotion to the lance.
And Chad, oh, it's been so long. Who's hit by the beam next? Chad.
No.
One more pull.
It's me, isn't it?
Is it gonna be? Is it gonna be Lise? Or is it gonna be Lise?
Great. really a pull. Really, Wow, what a great pull.
Yeah, it's a really good pull. I worked really hard on this one. It was a really hard one to figure out. Go ahead and vote in chat. Is it going to be 1 for Lise or 2 for Lise? They want to cast a vote. All right. You know what? Weird. We got a tie, so I'm gonna flip a coin to figure out which one of these is gonna be. Let me just do that real quick. Oh, it looks like it's gonna be Lise. Yeah, you're hit by a tendril of this tessellating light. It crawls down from the sky with lightning speed and hits your leg. And you actually, when it hits you, it's like the world fades away around you. And you are at peace. Please, you're so happy. You've maybe even never been happier, or maybe happy isn't the right word, but you feel good. You feel like everything is as it should be.
I hate this.
You feel like everything is exactly the way it should be. You feel this calm wash over you. And for a split moment, you see your vision obscured by those tessellating pastel rainbow shapes. But then it fades away, and you are on this tower. And you realize that you're happy to be here. Order is going to be restored, and you're going to be part of that. You're going to be part of something greater. You're going to be part of the whole of Ameris that is going to make a brighter future, a more harmonic future. And I'm going to take away the map for a minute here.
Bring it back.
While I do some things here. And you feel for like a moment like, by the way, what's your mantle of flame damage when someone touches you or ends their turn in your radius?
5.
Okay. Awesome. You feel someone grab your arm, and like you can't see anyone there, but like you feel something grabbing your arm, but you're not bothered by it. And I don't know how many times I can say it, but you're just happy. Let me roll some more things here. What's the mirror image thing on Foxbud? What's the can you give me a roll for mirror image, I guess?
It hits Foxwood.
Give me 2 more rolls.
2 more rolls? Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Hits the mirror image. Foxwood. Well, that was his last one, so they hit it, it gets destroyed, and then the third one is Foxwood.
Yes. Sorry, just doing some simple rolls back here. Don't worry about them.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah. Just nothing bad going on. You're at peace. You're so happy right now.
Yeah, I bet.
And you then feel that hand on your arm again. Let me do some additional rolls here. Sorry, I've got a lot of stuff going on in the background. Just good things though, only good things.
Yeah, I bet.
How happy are we feeling right now? Like super happy, right?
Super happy.
I'm glad. Oh, we're so happy here. half that. You feel that arm again, and suddenly it yanks you to your side. And you are back in that room again. And you feel the rain falling on you again. And you see Cassandra next to you, having pulled you out of that tendril. And you see Lightbane attacking Foxbud.
I turn off Mantle of Flame.
I think you can only do that on your turn.
Okay.
Helga just took her turn. She has taken a total of 20 points of fire damage from touching you and ending her turn in your radius.
Great.
2 times. You are in this room, and you see Vladimir attacking Foxbud. Foxbud, you're sure is going to be okay, but he is transparent. He is bloodied. He doesn't look like sickly or anything. And Cassandra says, "We have to get out now!
Where do we go?
Anywhere but here!"
We have to stop this.
And she says, "We can't! We have to leave now! I'm not letting you die here!" And she says, "Look at yourself!" And she shakes you and grabs your wrists and lifts up your arms, and your veins are blackened. She says, "You're not ready to fight. We leave now!" And that's when something very strange happens. You see a familiar figure between you and Lightbane appear. A familiar hooded figure. You see Shade.
Oh.
It appears. And it's bleeding profusely. It seems to be coughing up blood from under its hood. It's semi-transparent, but you see it lift its arms, and it seems to grasp at the air itself and tug with all its might. And as it does so, spurts of blood are shooting out of its chest. And you see a portal forming directly in front of you. And it's unstable, much like the previous ones. However, it looks like it will actually hold this time. But not for long. Your chance is now. Do you step into this portal?
Do I think that only one of us can go in, or do I think we have time for all of us to go in?
You're unsure how long it's going to stand for.
I push Cassandra in.
You don't have time to do that. You only
Why?
have time for movement. You either get in, or you are left behind.
I grab Cassandra. I take her hand and I
That is an
jump.
action.
Go.
That is an action. It is not your turn. Grabbing Cassandra would be an action.
Whose turn is it right now?
It is Cassandra just is ending her turn, but it has not finished yet.
So Cassandra can still move.
She can still move, yes.
So Cassandra goes into the portal.
She can go in first, but who goes in first?
I guess I'll go in first.
Okay. She says, "Go! We're getting out! I don't know where it goes, but we're leaving now!"
If you're not on the other side of this portal, Cassandra, I am coming back for you.
She is moving toward the portal as well. She is not stopping. She says, "Helga, come on!"
I whistle for Foxbud.
Foxbud also rushes toward the portal. Shade is on the ground, bleeding. And
I feel bad, but I don't know who this is.
And you leap into this portal. You're like in a liminal space for a moment, just a black, endless void for a split second. And you're actually like, you feel like maybe the portal failed. It didn't seem stable enough. But then suddenly you are transported to the other side. You look over your shoulder to see Cassandra rushing toward the portal, her hand outstretched. You can practically grab her hand.
I knew you were going to do this.
Cassandra does not make it through before the portal collapses. There was only time for one person to move in. You are in a dark cave. And you're unsure where this cave is. But what you do know is that you're not alone in here. I believe you have dark vision, right?
Mm.
With your dark vision, you can see a massive figure in the room with you. Blood all over the floor. And its eyes open, stark purple in the dark. And you hear,
"Finally, Lys de Forest in the flesh."
Have I seen this before? Perhaps in a dream?
this is a very familiar face.
Hmm.
You are looking at the black dragon, Erebus. And you realize that there is a massive blood crystal jammed into his chest, just under his wing. And the crystal is pulsating. And he says,
"I would like to apologize. I could not bring you here sooner.
Where is here?
I have hidden in a mountain cave, far away from civilization, for countless millennia, hidden in secret.
How are you not dead?
Dragons were an immortal race, and very magical in nature. I would have regenerated by now, were it not for this."
lifts his wings slightly to indicate the blood crystal. And he says,
"A final, cruel joke by the Primal Guardians. You see, it is in my heart. If I remove it, I will instantly bleed out. But were I to leave it, I could never recover. I am in a permanent state of limbo.
He is really handling it well, but there's a lot of blood, and you get the feeling that he's in an excruciating amount of pain. And he says,
Forgive me. I do not have long after casting that portal. My time is limited. I fear my final breath will come sooner than later.
What do you want?
I am not your enemy. Least a Forest, you have been tricked.
Oh, that's a list, I guess.
and then he
Sure.
says,
I also wish to apologize. If you remember, 'twas I that led you directly to Varric's trap. That was not so much for you, but to keep Varric alive. You see, had Varric not been trapped for 5 years, he would have gotten killed by Sepulchre, and she would have taken him as her host. I did not want to harm you in the process, but it was the only way.
Are you saying I was tricked by Helia?
he says,
In my time, the Primal Guardians were hailed as heroes. They helped dragons to better themselves, become greater than we ever were. However, as war raged between the different dragon clans, the Primal Guardians realized that war would never stop between us. They aimed to enact the end, the Reformation. Their machinations unknown. But what we did know was we needed to stop them.
And he coughs a few times, blood escaping his lips, and he says,
I led dragon armies against them. They crushed them easily. I was one of few still standing when the final Primal Guardians were destroyed, but I was gravely wounded in battle. As you can see, I retreated, hid in the mountains, and pondered my next move. My energy was limited. I would surely die. I needed to be careful about how I spent what energy I had left. And so, I divined. I searched for the answer to stop the Reformation from ever happening. And that is what led me to you. I knew that many millennia from now, when I was dying, from then, I should say, there would be a woman capable of stopping us. I had to wait for her, for you, and so I waited.
and he lifts his wing through pained gasps and says,
I have hid it for all that time, though I fear my time has come.
and you see the world render under his wing, the large red hammer.
What happens to me if Helia dies?
This I do not know. The Primal Guardians wield magic, otherworldly.
So, sorry, am I understanding correctly that he said, like, Helia wants the Reformation to happen? Is that what he said?
Yes.
What do I do with it?
That I do not know, and I would not influence you. For if fate is to be stopped, you must do so of your own volition, without my influence. My role was merely to guard the tool for you.
All right. I walk forward and pick it up.
You grab this hammer and give me a strength saving throw.
3.
You don't pick it up on your first try. It's incredibly heavy. It takes you a couple tries, but you eventually do lift it up.
Nope.
It's like Thor's hammer. You're struggling with all your energy to pick it up.
Nope.
Oh my god! What are you rolling?
Oh my god. All right, this dice is going in the garbage.
Oh my god! You struggle. You're like to try to pick it up.
Does an 18 succeed?
That succeeds.
Okay, the strawberry dice have blessed me.
You pick it up and you like kind of wobble around with it in your arms, but you do have it picked up.
Incredibly embarrassed in front of this fucking giant dragon. She just like pretends that nothing happened. She's like, well, thank you for your noble sacrifice.
He says,
Do not thank me. I am merely a sad remainder of my people. If anything, I ask that you make our sacrifice worth it.
I promise.
and he blinks once, slowly opens his eye before saying,
You are our final hope.
and
I put my
closes
hand.
his eye and does
Yeah.
not open it again.
Put my hand on his like face,
Big head.
snout, head.
And you are left in this dark cave with this dragon and this hammer.
Great.
When suddenly you hear footsteps. Coming closer.
I hold up the hammer.
And you see the hooded visage of Sepulchre round the corner. And she says, "Oh, good. You managed to locate it."
Did you know this was here? Or
She says, "No, Lise. I followed you." And
through a portal?
she points at your staff. She says, "The time trap was not merely to hold you in place. It was to grant you a false trophy. I can tell you now because I no longer need to track you. You have played directly in my hand from day one. Now, all I ask is that you complete your role and surrender the hammer.
I throw the staff to the side. I discard it.
Okay. It clanks to the ground. What are you plotting? I'd bring up a battle map, but it's literally just you two. Do you surrender the hammer? She holds out a hand. There's cracks all over her skin.
I look at the hammer. And I look at her. And I think about Merlin. You know, I might have. But in all the years you've been alive, I think many things have been lost on you. And I think one of those things, the most important, is what it feels like to be loved. And what it feels like to love someone. Because all you feel is hatred. You are consumed by vengeance. And in your quest for power, for vengeance, for revenge on what happened to your people, you have become a monster, incapable of the feeling of love. And so it's easy for you to become just like the people who took your loved ones from you. As you took my loved ones from me. And maybe things could be different. But you picked the wrong stubborn bitch to mess with. Because I'm gonna die. But goddamn am I gonna go down fighting. And I twist my engagement ring.
Okay.
And I cast teleport on myself. With the associated object, it will take me directly to Cassandra.
You attempt to cast this, and you realize your magic is failing you.
No! Come on, that was so cool!
With a look of confidence draining from your face,
Fuck you. Fuck
feel
you! That was so cool! I just wasted my 7th level spell.
You feel the cave becoming warmer and warmer as you feel a large presence approaching.
Cool. Great.
And
Awesome.
you feel and see Helia enter the room.
I pull out
Flame.
I pull out my Zazzy stamp. I stamp it on the ground.
You have already taken your action.
Fuck.
And she looms over you. And she says,
I apologize, Lise.
Save
I
it.
did not wish for it to end like this.
I don't give a fuck what you wish.
Very well.
At least he.
and-
I point back to Erebus. Erebus. Erebus.
Aberys.
Sorry, the Aberys is the new raid in World of Warcraft. Erebus is the giant dragon behind me. I point back to him. I say, at least he had honor.
She says,
You're a fucking coward.
Honor does not matter in an honorless world.
You would say that.
and she attacks you.
Oh, great.
She brings her wings back.
Go ahead. Fucking kill me.
And you take I think 49 points of fire damage.
Awesome. Well, I'm resistant to fire damage, so it's half of that, but regardless, I'm pretty sure I still die.
You're not half your hit points negative, I don't think. So that's good.
Okay.
You are hit by this flame, and your ears start ringing again. And as you are wreathed in flame, you look down at the hammer in your hands. Sepulchre already slowly reaching out a hand to grab it as yours are being melted away. You collapse to the ground and she catches the hammer. She says something, but you're deafened by the flames around you.
Can I spit on her?
You try. And
I try.
you hear familiar voices. You hear Merlin's voice telling you at the door, I'm very proud of you, Lise. You remember that moment when your father looked down at you on his ship with such pride in his eyes. And he tells you, you've become a symbol of hope. You remember Oliver in the museum telling you, promise me you'll come back, Lise. And most importantly, you remember Cassandra. You remember her at the front of the castle telling you, we're having that wedding. And as these flames are climbing around you, your vision is blurred, but you think you see Helia flap her wings again as more flames strike your body. And you don't even feel warm anymore. You feel cold. You feel freezing cold. And then you feel warm again, but not because you're being burned. You feel like a warm embrace. You see that bakery that you and Cassandra were going to have together. Helga, covered in flour, having accidentally ripped open a bag of flour when attempting to open it. Cassandra, baking in the kitchen. You, serving a customer. Cassandra brings out a tray of muffins to refill the front. She pats you on the back and kisses your cheek. It smells delicious in here. Everything is so perfect. It's everything you envisioned it being. And for a fleeting moment, you forget where you are. You forget you're in this dark, cold cave. You forget you're being burned alive by the very woman who was to be your patron, to protect you against all odds. You forget that you've been betrayed so many times. And instead, you're at peace in your bakery with your newly married wife. You realize we had that wedding just a few weeks ago. We just got back from the honeymoon. It's all so perfect. And that is what you feel in this moment. And for a split second, you blink and your blurry vision comes back and you see a familiar face. You see Bedlam. And he's crying, tears rushing down his face. He's screaming something at you, but you can't hear him. He's shaking you, begging you to stay alive. And you read his lips, and you realize he's saying, "Please, Lise, not you too. You're my best friend." And you blink again, and he's gone. And you're back in your bakery, where you should be. The love of your life, one of your best friends. And that is the final thought you have. The final thought that Lise ever has. As she dies.
I gotta go.